You know, we live in a world that glorifies hustle and constant movement. It's like we've all signed up for this unspoken competition where the one who's the busiest wins. But have you ever stopped to think about what that really means? I mean, we're always rushing from one thing to the next, cramming our schedules full of meetings, deadlines, and social obligations. And in all that noise, we often forget one crucial thing: the power of pause. Let's take a moment to unpack that. The power of pause isn't just about taking a break. It's about stepping back and giving yourself the space to breathe. It's about recognizing that sometimes the best thing you can do is to hit the brakes. How many times have you found yourself in a situation where you're overwhelmed, stressed, or just plain exhausted? You know, when your brain feels like it's running a marathon while your body is stuck in quicksand? Yeah, I've been there. And I bet many of you have too. Now let's talk about what happens when you actually take that step back. When you pause, it's like hitting the reset button. You give yourself permission to reflect, to reassess, and to recharge. I remember a time when I was juggling multiple projects at work, feeling like I was on the verge of a breakdown. I was so caught up in the whirlwind of deadlines and expectations that I didn't even notice how drained I was. It took a friend to remind me that it was okay to take a day off, to just breathe. And you know what? That day changed everything. I took that day to go for a long walk, to sit in a park, and just observe the world around me. I didn't check my phone. I didn't think about work. I just allowed myself to be present. And in that stillness, I found clarity. Ideas that had been jumbled in my mind suddenly began to align. I realized that I was chasing after things that didn't truly matter to me. It was like the fog had lifted, and I could see my path clearly for the first time in months. The power of pause isn't just about personal clarity. It can also transform your relationships. Think about it. How often do we react impulsively in conversations, especially when emotions are running high? A pause can be a game changer. Instead of jumping in with a defensive response, taking a moment to breathe can help you respond thoughtfully. It can turn a heated argument into a constructive dialogue. I've had moments where I've been on the brink of saying something I'd regret, and just taking that 1 second to pause saved me from a lot of unnecessary conflict. And let's not forget about creativity. Some of the best ideas come when we're not actively trying to force them out. Ever notice how you have your best thoughts in the shower or while you're doing the dishes? That's the power of pause in action. When we allow our minds to wander, we create space for inspiration to flow in. So, if you're feeling stuck or uninspired, maybe it's time to step back, take a break, and let your mind do its thing. In a world that often equates busyness with productivity, we need to reclaim the pause. It's not a sign of weakness or laziness. It's a powerful tool for growth, understanding, and creativity. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember that it's okay to take a step back. Embrace the power of pause. You might just find that it changes everything.